the f. This is just gonna be more like a chill layback video. All I'm doing today most likely is just, I'm gonna try and get the interior out of this car. If you haven't noticed, the wiring's fucked. Like this is just total rat shit. Not even related to the fact that the car's filled with rat shit. So I swapped the front fenders over from the other 240. And now I'm just working on getting the wiring harness out. I'll give him a fit right eventually. But for now, it's definitely better than how it was. So guys, like I said, the first thing I'm doing is taking these seats out just because, you know, seats are in the way. So before you get started with that, always make sure you have bags in hand because you do want to label this stuff, so. Not sure why you guys can see this, but this has to be like the most gross S13 hatch interior I've ever witnessed with my own two eyes. It's just fucking disgusting. It's just full of rat shit and spider webs. So gross. Boom, one seat out. You guys can really see just the amount of collective rat shit that's built up in this car. That's all rat shit. Also, just in case you guys are interested, seat bolts are 14 mil. Guys, seats are taken out of the car. Looks absolutely awful. There's so much stuff in here. It's just unbearable. I don't even know what I'm gonna do about it because I don't have a vacuum. I might literally just have to sweep it out of the car. To get the back seats out of the car, all you do is pull these tabs and it'll fold forward. And then there's tabs in the middle of these seats and you literally just pull them and we'll pick it up. Well guys, I got the back seat out. All the shit in the trunk is out and it looks like someone actually already started to do the sound deadening removal. This is looking a lot more empty. I'm literally gonna sweep the rat crap out of this thing. I'll be happy sitting in it taking apart my dash. Alright guys, so the car's pretty cleaned out. I mean, I'm sure you can see that. There's barely anything in it, so now all I'm gonna be doing is removing all the interior pieces just so I can get all the wiring accessible. If you guys didn't know, this car is going to need the wiring redone. Let us begin. So guys, I'm not pro with the interior removal, but from my past experience, I feel like the best place to start is always with these door jamb things because these cover up the carpet and these side pieces that just pop right out. So always start with these and then basically just work your way around the interior from there. Well guys, the next step for me is going to be removing the center console so I can get access to everything underneath. So this is pretty straightforward. It's the center console removed. For those of you wondering, this right here, this is the control unit for the seat belts that slide around. So I'm going to be taking this out because this is fragile and you can actually break this piece. Alright guys, seatbelt control module thing is out. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to be removing, just to be convenient, is taking out these seat belts. I believe these are all the same. They're all 14 millimeter. So you just literally unbolt these and they'll come right out of the car. Alright guys, so now that we got all four of these out, we can start taking out our good old, I don't even know what you call it, trim. If you didn't know, this is actually all just pop off, so start popping it off. A trim removal tool would be the most appropriate. I have one, but for now I'm just going to use my flathead. There it goes. So cringy, you always think you're gonna break this shit. I didn't see this, but there's actually a 10 mil on the passenger side, holding this in at the bottom. Don't know why. Now guys, I would say remove the bolts out of these top sections over here, but mine are already removed, so this is just ready to pull out. For these guys, this top cover pops right off the speaker. You can unbolt this right here, or actually, I guess it's a screw. Once you get this off, you can remove the speakers. Don't be like the previous owner. Don't put wood screws into your 240SX. This is just cringy, guys. Speakers are magnetic, so I'll just leave it there. And same goes for the other side. Well guys, that's it. That's the whole back half of the car taken out. It's neat that somebody already tried to take all the sound deadening out. Well, that's for me. Woo. What's up guys, next day and back working on the 240. Okay guys, so what we're doing today is we're taking the dash out. We want to start with these. These I think are 10 millimeter with a Phillips head in them. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, and then slowly start disassembling this whole dash. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to be removing is the bezel. To remove the bezel, you got to start with the buttons. You just yank them right off. Buttons, people, buttons. So guys, to get the bezel out, what you have to do, you have to remove these 2 screws from up top, and then after that, there's 2 bolts that hold up this steering column from underneath. You gotta take them out, drop the column, and that's the only way you're really gonna get it out without cracking it. Got the cluster out, we got the bezel off, we got the bottom piece removed. We have the thing around that wraps around the steering column's gone. Bolts to put back up the steering column are right here. I would recommend going to grab tape and putting tape around the wiring and labeling where everything goes, just so if you guys are doing the wiring, you know where everything goes, because this is going to be quite the adventure. I'm sure you guys are wondering how I'm labeling the harness. So I just basically wrap a piece of tape around right where it goes to. This piece says cluster. This says right bezel. This down here says left bezel. And basically when you go to put this all back in the car, you know where to feed the wires. Now that I've got that all marked up, I'm gonna remove this AC and get ready to pull the dash. Just a tip, when you guys drop the AC heater control, whatever you wanna call it, you don't actually have to pull it out of the dash because it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So you can just leave it there for now and then wait to take it out until after you remove the whole dash. Well guys, so the next step of the dash removal, actually I'm gonna have to take off this cover. And I think the shitty part about this is that I think the cover's actually glued to the dash. Yeah, they glued it on. So I'm gonna have to peel this thing off just so I can get to the, there's vents all along the top of the dash. And you have to remove those to get to, I think maybe 3 screws, but you have to get those out in order to take out the dash. So looks like I'm ripping off this cover. Great. Guys, this glue is super strong. Well guys, after further inspection of the cracked dash here, I found that, you guys probably can't see this very well, but there's these vents going along the front of the windshield, and these plastic pieces crack like nobody's business. Like you pry them up and they just shatter. So mine are actually uncracked, and that is insane to me. So I'm gonna be really careful taking these out, and I'm gonna make sure I don't crack them. If you guys haven't watched my dash removal video from the other 240, you actually pry them up. See that, how there's that thick part right there? Go further down, another thick part right there. There's a clip at every thick part. There's one here, one right there, one right there, and then in here obviously. But it's like that all the way across, so only pry it up by the thick spot. Oh man, oh my god. Alright guys, so if I remember correctly, in order to take out the dash, it's all like 10 mil with like the bigger Phillips head. So you can really just use a Phillips head to take this out, but I'm gonna show you where all the screws are. So if memory serves me right, there's one down here against the side, one here, one at the end right there, and then 1, 2, 3 up top. And I think that's it. I'm about to take mine out, so I'll let you know if I missed anything. Dash is out, people. So I'm sure you guys are wondering what exactly it was that my dash got caught on. And there's little vents in like the top corner of the dash, and these are connected to them. But these literally pull straight out. You literally just grab it and pull it back, and it unhooks immediately. So there's one on that side, and then there's also one right here on this side. Those go to these vents on the top corners of the dash. And then the last thing that it got hooked on was one wire, and it was this wire. I'm pretty sure this is for the glove box light maybe, but this clips in right here onto the dash. So you gotta unplug it by pushing down here. Using the needle nose, I squeezed it, you got it to pop out, and boom, dash is out. Well guys, the sun's going down, and all I have to do left, pull out that AC control, whatever you call it, and then I'm packing it up for the day. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. You wanna see the 240 right now? Here it is. This is where we're at. We got the dash out. All the parts are back here. I'm gonna be taking them out, moving them right now. But yeah, this is what it looks like inside. Wires are labeled, everything's out. Carpet's ready to be removed. Almost fully stripped on the inside, so that's good. Once the inside's fully stripped, we're gonna get to work on this wiring harness. I wanna thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it a lot. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions or something. But yeah, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. That would mean the world to me. That's like the most you guys can do. So, alright guys, hope this video helped and take it easy.